Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It is another wonderful Saturday on the Ari Medley live stream. I got home like 20 minutes ago, so I've had to like rush to get all of my stream stuff assembled. We are doing dev stream today. We're going to be working on some code stuff. I haven't even decided what language yet. I very much left this up to vibes. I want to kind of like explore this stuff in real time. After the slight detour that was last Wednesday's stream, I found out that a lot of you seem to like just not mind having the stream in the background and just like listen to me do stuff. So that's basically what this stream is. Like all the research stuff I'm going to be doing is going to be all encased in this stream as well. It should be a fun time. Hell yeah. So the game plan for today, we don't have really any uses for channel points right now. Nothing worth a damn anyway. And I would like to change that. That's basically what this stream is going to entail. We're going to explore very much in real time how exactly we're going to tackle that stuff. But it'll be fun. We'll figure it out. I do have, and I did mention this before, I've got an old thing here where I was playing around with the Twitch API. Hopefully I can find it. I had it under something like Stream Tools or something. Oh yeah, RE Stream Tools. That's what it is. Understood, understood. Yeah, hold on. I will show this off in a moment. All right. Apologies if you hear a thudding. My cat has decided she wants to go absolutely apeshit right as I'm starting this stream. So she's just gonna like hop around for a while. That's just how it is today, I guess. All right. Yeah, rare RE terminal POV. Crazy. This is my prompt. This is what my terminal looks like. Right. So I've got this directory already. RE Stream Tools. This is a Node.js based thing. I'm going to pull another terminal off to the side. I feel like this is going to be kind of useful. My dad is a cat cafe. I'm so jealous. Aww. Another German? It's quite likely. Yeah. Very possible. We have a decent number of viewers in Germany, I believe. Right. I need to very quickly just do a scan through this directory because I don't know if there are... Ah, yes. There are environment variables that have like tokens and stuff. So I need to... Yeah, it's going to be interesting, actually. Yeah, okay. I might not have worked on this on the system. I might have actually done this back when I was on Windows? Question mark? Ooh, yeah. There's stuff here from last year. Some stuff from... Oh, wait, no. The stuff from... Oh, okay, I think it's just dated weird. No, there's stuff here edited around the 16th of February, which I think is around the time when I had switched to Linux. So I think the original commands where I, you know, set my tokens and stuff isn't actually there. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to pull back over here because I think I actually need to get some API credentials, and I am absolutely not showing that on Twitch for, I would hope, obvious reasons. What is the Twitch developer portal? Here it is. Wait, you're getting ads? Uh-oh. That's not ideal. I think we trust the Twitch API key. I think you could, actually. I think you'd be very trustworthy. I trust you. All right. Let's set this to that. Okay. Broadcaster name, I'm going to set this to that. Now I just need the client ID, which is this, and I then need the client secrets, which is some other secret thing. I'll just generate a new one. It's fine. I'm sure that's not currently in use and anywhere important right now. Yeah, that should be okay. Pull this over there, minimize it. So there is like a package. I think it's like .env or something. Process environment. There's something that like loads from a .env file. I don't actually remember what it is. I just make sure that these aren't logged anywhere. They shouldn't be. In fact, actually, this is a good way for me to find out. Client secret is... Yeah, I don't think that's echoed anywhere. That's good. Yeah. This looks like it might be okay. Okay. Here's what I'll do. We're risking it. If I show a secret, I can just regenerate it, so it's fine. Cool. So not showing the .env file. We have to very much never show the .env file. In fact, I'm going to git ignore the .env, so it doesn't even show up in my list. Also, for those of you who are just finding out, I am a NeoVim user, so apologies if that if that scares you. I type very fast in here, though. I'm very happy with it. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm missing bot token. Oh, right. I had like an... Oh, wait. Actually, this might not be important. Okay, it looks pretty important, actually. Oh, no, it's not. I don't think. Handle OAuth. Yeah, I think we just log in as the accounts that we want, and that's good enough. Preferences! JavaScript jump scare? That's real. That's fair. The main reason I'm using it is because we're doing... This is a web-based thing. I could probably write this. So, like, okay, here's the thing. This is not what we're going to be working with today. This is actually just reference material from a project I did a couple months back. It's still, I have not actually decided if I want to write this with like a web-based front end that I use in like OBS browser source or something, or if I want to have a separate window that opens and then I use like a game capture to pipe that in. I'm not 100% sure yet, because I get there's benefits to both, and I need to kind of evaluate that basically. I'm going to very quickly switch over again, because I do need to generate... No. What? What am I talking about? Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I haven't even done... That's the wrong screen entirely. I haven't done work on this particular code base in a while, so I need to kind of tidy my stuff up a little bit. So let's get a new Firefox window entirely. Okay, cool. That's in front. That's good. There's a way in Node.js to like read .env files. It's like a separate package, I'm pretty sure. .env file, and then... Oh, there's a env file flag. Oh, this is like experimental support. .env. Oh, the package is already just called .env. Oh, wait, I think... Was that it? That's not right. Oh, it's a separate dependency, isn't it? Okay. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I should really want to... Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Ah. Okay. Does this have like turns object with key? This doesn't look right. There should be a way where like if I have a .env file, it automatically loads into like the process environments. Although I might be mistaken. Oh, config. Oh, okay, okay. I get you. It's been a while since I've done this, if you couldn't tell. Okay, and then I just run with no options, and that should be good. Cool. All right. well, that should just be like good to go. Yeah, I've got a dev thing here. Twitch client ID not provided. Okay. So that's a problem because I know I did. Oh, Twitch client ID. Oops. Being tapped by Kitty. That's adorable. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was referring to these names, not these names. That's what was happening. Okay. So it's Twitch broadcaster is that. Okay. There we go. All right. So I should just log in with my account. All right. That's good. Oh, thank God it redacted. That's nice. Appreciate that. Oh, well, the code is there. Ah, it's fine. It's probably... Okay, so I can close the tab. How did I do this again? Do I just... Oh my God. Wow. Oh, here we are. Cool. Yeah, invalid for one time. Yeah, I know it's just generally not ideal to do that. Okay, cool. So your chats are appearing down here. Rad. That's exactly what I wanted. Well, I expected there was a front-end component to this. Okay. I'll dive into how this works once I figure that part out. I swear I had a front-end. Views, chat HTML. Yeah. Okay. Where do I access this then? Handler that. Oh, I go to /chat, I think. Oh, here we are. Okay. Y'all gotta speak. Let's see these messages appear. We should get them in this little window. Insert Linux propaganda.c here, real. Hey, there it is. Oh no, it doesn't take emotes. Okay, cool. This is still really good. Yeah, so it's basically just a fancy version of the chat. I remember this was like a thing I wanted to do. I wanted to like hot replace or replace inline all of the emote tags. You gotta do an emote API call. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, looks pretty though. Adding to a chat. Oh, terrible. Colors are cool. It does sync the colors from your Twitch profile. We got the actual profile pictures, which is not something that Twitch normally does. I'm not entirely sure why. It's a cool feature. It seems like something you might want to have, but basically nobody does that. And actually, you know what? I've got a guess as for why. I guess IRC mode, sure. My thinking is I think there's an extra API call to get the avatar. Yeah, you got to do a separate call. So what I do is I'd actually load them into a cache. So the username, I'd use like a key value store. The username would then lead to a profile image URL, and then I just dump that into here. Okay, so I'll explain for the uninitiated how this works. And apologies, I'm not going to oversimplify this. This explanation does expect that you've worked with JavaScript and WebSockets before. Hi Anna, hello. Yeah, so basically, I load in my Twitch client ID, my Twitch client secret, and a broadcaster name. The idea is I need these to, of course, access Twitch API. I need to use API credentials. Broadcaster name, in this case, or Twitch broadcaster, is really just my username. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. It's very loud. You know what? It's a bit too high energy. I think I'm going to switch to lo-fi. We're switching back to lo-fi. Yeah, this is fine. So we pull in the basic credentials, and then we target exactly what broadcast this is for, because the idea is this should be configurable to whoever, not hard-coded. It's kind of silly. Yeah, we require a bot token, which can be provided ahead of time, I think. Right, yeah. So if we provide that ahead, then we can use a bot account. But if not, we get this super handy thing here. If you go to the root here, that's the thing you were seeing a little bit earlier. here we are. We can log in with an account. And essentially what happens is we get passed through Twitch's OAuth gateway, login or authorize with our account to use the API service that we've set up. And then that sends us over to an OAuth handler over here, which pulls in the code that we got. It pulls in some states, and we use that to then generate a cross-site or cross-forgery token. It's been a while since I've looked at this, mind you, so I'm kind of like reading this as I go. But yeah, we generate that CSRF token for... Oh yeah, that's fine. That's just security stuff. That's not important. Not for basic functionality, it isn't, but you should do that. Oh yeah, we get an OAuth token using our code and our client's credentials, and that should give us... Right, that gives us a bot token. That gives us our refresh token for... Oh, yeah, okay. So the token does expire after a while. We need the refresh token in order to generate a new one. This stuff is complicated. I spent a while trying to like go through API docs to try and figure this out. Broadcaster info is a get user 0. Interesting. Yeah, I think I recall this part being kind of weird. Broadcaster info, get users... Okay, we pass our client ID, our token, and our username. That's broadcast URL. Okay, I think it's just us fetching basic data for who we're serving for. Like, who is the streamer going off the username that we used. And that is, I guess, just used a bit later. We do go bot token assigned, authenticated. Oh, yeah, we just return that response to the user. Yeah, we're just raw dog sending HTML. I could really polish this up. In fact, if I were to write this in Go, I have nice templates. It would still require a web-based front end. And because that's the standard for tools like this, I might do that. Raw dogging is crazy. It was easier than writing a templater, so... And I say writing one because I didn't want to... I wanted this to be as light on dependencies as possible. And I think I do that pretty well. We have WebSockets and .env currently, and I'm happy with that. It means this is like you can just pull this and load it immediately. Pretty snappy. This is also basically a tech demo, so I didn't really mind digging in the weeds with that. Yeah, we have 2 different WebSockets, I believe, that are running. We create a WebSocket connection to Twitch's event subscription service, and that is how we are getting the live chat here. What element does the funny frontend use for containing the messages? Probably divs, if I had to guess. Oh, no way, they're just p tags. It's straight up just a p tag. Hold on. Oh yeah, you can't really see this very well. Protect them is quite complex. I do like doing that. Oh, sweet. Even it dumps them to console as well. That's cool. Sorry, excuses has to be a lot. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, so these are literally just oh yeah, nice try. I do check for that. Well, I don't actually check for it. I think I just do inner text. I think that's what I do. Yeah, so it's a p tag which contains the avatar, which has some, yeah, it's got some absolute transformation. We put in the username using the color provided by Twitch. And we get chat content, which is just the message that was sent in. Cool. It's pretty shrimple. To an extent. Didn't know intertext was a thing. Oh yeah. Hold on. This would be in the front end JavaScript. Yep, content span.innerText. So like you can do inner HTML, that is valid, but then you will deal with cross-site scripting, and that's bad. You should not have that. It's generally not advisable. Oh yeah, we have system messages as well. I don't think, yeah, so you got like basic, you know, connecting to my own WebSocket server stuff. Oh cool, this like auto scrolls to the bottom. I forgot it did that. I had trouble implementing that as another thing at some points. How did I do that? Oh, window scroll to document body scroll height. Yeah, okay, it's simple. I don't know why I had so much trouble before. Push system message. When is this used? Connecting, connected. And basically, if we ever get a system message from the server, at what point do we do that? Oh, server's not been configured. Check the server console for details. That's fair. Is that anywhere else? Connected to stream chat 4. Oh, yeah, that's like if that connection happens in flow. Cool, cool. Okay. In fact, what I might do... No, I'm not going to touch the code on this because this is like the early one. Your Vim setup so freaking cool. Thank you, thank you. I spent a lot of time getting this all like rated out. I believe, yeah, this is a custom color theme as well. All of the colors here I've like manually set myself. Where's every master change any HTML code to be broken? So you can do that, but regex is you really only want to use it if you absolutely have to. Is the advice that I would give generally for that. It's more like bad. It's not even that regex is bad. It is really powerful, but it's not free. It is quite expensive to do regex searches through stuff. And like Intertext probably has its own form of like regex like sanitization, but generally I'm like, okay, I would trust Intertext to be a bit more optimized than me raw dogging my own sanitizer. So I'm just not gonna dick around with that. Can't understand it at all. I mean, ideally we don't need to deal with it for this project, so it should be fine. If you want some like good tips here, regex101.com, head over to this, and they've got a whole quick reference. They've got a whole guide for all sorts of different tokens that you can use. There's of course a bunch of other places you can like learn about regex a bit more formally, but you can literally just test expressions here, get your various string, and like, there we go, cool. You can now regex search for this. I've done way more complex regex searches with this. It is super useful. I really recommend it. It's a very nice little tool. How is this not in my bag of tools, actually? Hold up. Tools. There we are. I feel like that should be bookmarked somewhere. I'm not sure why it wasn't. In any case, yeah. Okay. So, I did see a project from someone else. I think they used Rust, maybe, and Raylib? I want to say Raylib. And they made this cool kind of chat, this like little live chat window using that. I would be tempted to give that a go. I can't remember who made it, though, is the problem. Raylib probably wouldn't be terrible, actually. Because I was thinking about, like, yeah, if I were to write in a compiled language and not make it a web-based thing, I would need some sort of UI framework because I'm not raw dogging OpenGL. We'll be here the entire 2 hours just setting up an OpenGL context. So if we can hook into Raylib, it might be okay. I don't like Rust for context. Yeah, I mean, I get the love for Rust, and I also get the dislike for Rust. I'm mixed. I do think if you're building high-performance production software, I think Rust is personally pretty good. You get that little bit of extra safety. C++ is still perfectly applicable to the games industry, though. I know Bevy is like the Rust game engine that's pretty popular, but it's not industry standard. I don't think it's going to be for a very, very long time, if ever. It is a case of picking the best tool for the job. Rust is good for certain things, and I will use it when it is applicable. In my personal experience, JavaScript is pretty much the only language where you can do interactive web stuff. You can do like a lot of stuff with WebAssembly, but you still need JavaScript to poke in holes for you to access things like the DOM, for example. So JavaScript is good for that because it is the only one available. I find C is really fun for just experimenting. If you don't want any guardrails, you just want to explore writing some crazy fucking code, C is great for that. Takes a while of learning, but you learn so much. It's super cool in that regard. Go is what I personally use for web backend stuff. In fact, rmelody.me, my website, is written with Go on the backend. All of this stuff is served to you via a Go web server, and you can just go explore it and whatever. Of course, front end is JavaScript, but it's all served by Go. I have a little API as well, actually. Here we are. You can get JSON versions of all of my music. I've actually used this before for college projects. We had to do like a mobile app, and I made an app that just hooks into my own website's API and just showed my whole discography. It worked. It actually informed a couple decisions on how I should design this API. There were a couple things that I found I had to make a bunch of redundant API calls for. So I was like, okay, I'll just tweak the existing API to add these extra fields that are missing. So it's battle tested as being decent enough for making applications. It's not documented at all, but hopefully relatively intuitive enough. Yeah, you can get like all the data you would essentially get on the landing page. You can get here, which is pretty cool, including a bunch of artist information. Some of this is actually not even actually shown on the front end, which is kind of funny. But yeah. I love Go for that, but I don't think Go is the right choice for this. Unless I'm doing like a web-based thing, then it would be pretty good for backend maybe. What do you think about what do you think about SEL? SEL's cool, yeah. SEL could even actually be a candidate, thinking of it. I think Raylib has a lot more like out-of-the-box stuff. I don't know. Raylib has a lot more out-of-the-box stuff to just kind of get an application going. SDL, you still have to do a little bit of manual lifting. But I do like it. I've used it before. I think I made Pong in SDL a while back. I was working on trying to port a game I'd written in Java ages ago to C, and I used... I used Rust. I was using Rust at the time. And I had like some SDL bindings for Rust, and it worked really well. The problem was I needed to do fractional scaling, and SDL does not seem to support that. Or at least at the time I was using it, it did not support it. So I realized very quickly, it's like, okay, I need to just like use a raw graphics API if I'm going to do it like this. Something like, Vulkan, OpenGL, something along those lines. Some other experiments with OpenGL were pretty successful in the future. I didn't do that in Rust, though. SEL is certainly more make it yourself, but we handle the annoying OpenGL Vulkan for you. Yeah, pretty much. My issue was the lack of fractional scaling. I probably would have continued that project if it weren't for the lack of fractional scaling, because that caused huge problems. I think C is also best for kernels, too. Yeah. I know there's a lot of debate in the Rust developer ecosystem about Rust in the kernel. Personally, for where they're putting it in, I think it makes sense. I get wanting to keep your code base a single language by and large. Yeah, look, it's tricky. It's a complicated problem. And I think so long as people are like trying their best to work together, then everyone will benefit. But I have seen a lot of hostility in that area, and that's something I don't really agree with at all. Like you can turn things down, but be constructive. Try and be kind, I know Rust has a reputation because people who write Rust want it like everywhere, and I get it's a very cool language, and it does make a lot of really cool promises, and it delivers on a bunch of them, but Rust isn't necessary everywhere. You don't need it everywhere. So, be measured. Be measured in all things. Yeah, okay. So Raylib might be the way to go. I mean, if nothing else, we could at least experiment. I've never actually properly used Raylib, so this will probably be a good time to give her a go. Do I want to do C? Maybe C++. I kind of don't like C++ for a couple reasons. But if I'm going to be dealing with fucking... Oh, wait, no, actually, I'm not touching C for this. No, because I'm going to be dealing with WebSockets. Not a hope. No, thank you. Rust likely has more WebSocket stuff. I kind of don't want to do Rust either. And I'm you can write GUI apps in Go, but it's really not ideal. Because that's not what Go's built for. It can do it, but just because it can doesn't mean it should. This is tricky. Okay. Hold on. I know I saw a C++ WebSocket. Yeah, WebSocket PP. I think it was this. This does exist. Header only. Ooh, header only. Okay, that's neat. C++ library that implements WebSocket protocol. It allows integrating WebSocket client server functionality into C++ programs. It uses interchangeable network transport modules, including one based on raw char buffers, one based on C++ IO streams, and one based on... Is that ASIO? Am I reading that correctly? Yeah. Either via boost or standalone. End users can write additional transport policies to support other networking or event libraries as needed. I mean, it looks good, and I've seen it as a dependency for a couple things. I know, because I've specifically had to resolve this dependency while building a couple things. So it might be good. And I mean, I already have it installed on my system, for sure. So... Tell you what. Here's something I can experiment with for free. I have this running in the background, so I have a WebSocket server that's not complicated. I can maybe just hook into that. We're gonna do... This is kind of RE Stream Tools again. I'm gonna do like RE Stream Tools v2. Sure. Kind of silly, but whatever. And it's a Git repository. You know what? I've started CMake projects, but I never remember the full syntax for it. God damn it. Upgrade your software build system. Yes, sir. Getting started. I have a tutorial. I don't necessarily want the full tutorial. I just kind of want like a quick reference. Actually, wait. CMake scary. I don't like it. Neither do I. In fact, ooh, wait. I did try Meeson a while back. Yeah, here we are. Whoops. Okay. Here we are. Cool. Yeah, I've got a very basic... What even is this? Oh, is this like an OpenGL thing? I think it is. Hold up. Yeah, this is super simple. Look at this. Compared to CMake files I've seen, this is way more digestible. So, for fun. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I'm in CMake. What am I doing? Is it Meeson? Meeson build and Meeson compile, I think. Yeah. No. Ah. Cool. Hey, there we go. Sweet. And we get our mouse coordinates over here as well. That's cool. The awesome app. Cool. See if it gets like the SQL of build systems. Oh, adverts. That sucks. Yeah, how many of those we get at the beginning of the stream? I was told we got like fucking 2 or 3 in a row. Yeah, and progress 20 seconds. That's rad. Oh, you're back? Okay, yeah, the timer in my dashboard is like always lying to me. I don't even trust it anymore. Cool, okay. So in theory, I can very easily define my project, say what compiler I'm using. Actually, that's kind of optional because that was already just to get the math library. I probably do want the math library though, so I'll keep that in mind. I list my dependencies, my source files, and I define my executable. So, I guess I do that. Let's do it. We'll start with a main.cpp. I'm probably going to want this to be... Yeah, this needs to be C++. It's Meeson.build, right? Mm-hmm. It is. It's going to be project RE Stream Tools. And this is in C++. I don't know if it's CPP or the actual plus. We're going to find out. Cool. Sources is just going to be an array which contains src main.cpp. Oh, whoops. There you are. It is CPP? Beautiful. The only thing I see CMake having an advantage is in lazy source file defining. You can wildcard it. Yeah. And that's the thing. I noticed Meeson completely lacks this, and I was originally complaining. And I looked into like why doesn't it support wildcards? And the justification was basically like you're probably not adding files that often. And it's just kind of like nice to know exactly what's there without any nasty surprises. Yeah, I would like the option, but I can't really fault them for not wanting it if they've got like a decent enough justification. So, okay, dependency, and this is going to be WebSocket++. This will probably be like this. If I remembered how to spell. Cool. And yeah, that's all good. Let's get executable. First argument is the name of our executable, which will just be this. In fact, I might not do this. Yeah, I think I'll be fine. We link our sources, CPP args. That's generating debug flags. I'm going to ignore that for now. And dependencies is dependencies. And this might just work, hopefully. Let us see. Is it setup configure? Oh, no. Oh. Oh. Okay. Missing configure? Oh. Oh. Okay, I understand. In project options. Okay. Interesting. Is it not set up? Most specify. Oh, are I set up into build? Hello, how goes Child Port Redeem creation? Hello, welcome. We're kind of just exploring some stuff I've already got, and just seeing what I can do with that. So I've got this JavaScript thing I made fucking yonks ago. That shows off the chat, and that's you. Hello, hi chat. Hello Mojo. Welcome. But yeah, we got this thing that just shows the chat in this nice little fancy window. The problem is this is done with like JavaScript and HTML and stuff. And ideally, I think it would be really cool if we were to build this using like native compiled stuff. So my thinking is, and this is also based on WebSockets and stuff. So my thinking is we get a WebSocket library for C++. We link against Raylib maybe. Raylib is a cool little, not UI framework. It's a general like multimedia library, basically. It's got a whole bunch of really cool features in it. In fact, what do they call it? Simple and easy to use library to enjoy video games programming. Yeah, it's meant for video games. But much like you can use a game engine to make really beautiful UIs, we could probably use Raylib to make a really pretty chat window. And the idea is I should be able to just like pipe the output of that into into OBS, and we should be off to the races. So long as I get transparent backdrops, which I would think we should be able to do that. You also get to play all sorts of sounds and stuff. VR stereo render. You can do VR in Raylib? Okay, that's genuinely cool. I'm not sure how many people are doing that, but that's interesting. Oh, hold on. You know what? I'll pull this up here. I'm gonna pull down to the bottom if anyone speaks, but it's fine. We need an emote that's just drinking. I'm over here sipping my drink and no one knows. I mean, yeah. Actually, next week plans, I am thinking of a drawing stream. So I mean, that'll be published, hopefully I remember, after tonight's stream to do that. Yeah, it's looking like we might do a drawing stream, and I'm thinking... I've been experimenting with Mac gaming recently, and one of the things I would like to try is some games on Mac, and the one I'm thinking of right now is Mini Motorways, because I've been really enjoying that. It's a fun game to just like sit with chat and talk, and like I don't have to dedicate that much thought to the game, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, drawing stream, I've been thinking about what I want to do for that, and I think emotes. I think I want to do emotes, because currently you guys just have like 2 Ardoodle emotes, and I would like for you guys to have more. I think that'd be super cool. I remember seeing that it would not recognize new files if you did like a git pull or something. Oh, that's rough. Oh yeah, I'll add this option, sure. What was it? CBP args. And it's just, oh, it's not even an array. You just do this? Yeah, okay, sure. I guess it passes the whole block of text you give, so like I could probably do that. Or maybe I can do an array. Who knows? Not for me to find out right now. Cool, C++ 17, that should be fine. I doubt we're gonna run some problems on C++ 17. Not very obvious music feature I think you'd like. Oh yeah, what's up? I don't know how easy it is to output Raylib to it, but you could use Spout 2 to get into OBS with transparency. Oh. I've heard of Spout. Where have I heard of Spout? Oh, the plugin. Yes, yes, yes. Import and export a shared text with high resolution to and from Spout 2 compatible programs. Interesting, interesting. Oh, this is for Windows? Oh, it supports OpenGL textures. It might have Linux support. I might not need to do this. The reason I might not need to do this... Oh, it should be in default options on the project call. Oh, really? Okay, okay, cool. I might not need to do that because VideoTube, the thing that's running my little Aridoodle PNG tuber in the corner, I'm able to pass that in using... I need to remember exactly what it's called. What was it called again? It's like a game capture thing. Hold on. It's game capture, but it's oh yeah, it's some plugin. I think it's like Vulkan game capture, something along those lines. Game capture VK, I want to say. So yeah, I use that to pipe in my my little avatar with transparency, and I might be able to do that there. OBS game capture, yes, yes. And I think it hooks into Vulkan and OpenGL contexts in order to do that, I believe. Default options. Oops. Cool, and that should hopefully work. Okay, it could not find WebSocket++. And that kind of tracks. I wasn't sure if I had the right name for that library, so we're going to go userlib WebKit. No? Hold on. I could have sworn I had a WebSocket thing. Well, the last command I had did install it. Oh, WebSocket pp. Okay. Let's find out. Oh, yeah, because like file paths and whatever, they probably wouldn't want to use pluses in there. Oh, yeah, what do you know? Okay. Meson compile. Oh, yeah, there's nothing in here. Whoops. I think that's it. It's been a while since I've done a C Hello World, actually. No. You can see it's really been a while. Okay. Standard IO. And I should be able to just do print F. This. And return 0. Exit discuss. We'll use the whole thing here. Whoops. Cool. We'll use the formal definitions. Our stream tools. And there we go. Cool. Hello world. We are so back, chat. The cool feature of the future is going to be about a thing called Meson RapDB. I've heard of this. Yes, this is like so. My understanding, and it's a limited understanding, so you'll probably be able to correct me on this. When you install libraries, because so many of them are built with CMake, a lot of them have CMake related files, so that CMake can detect them. There's not as much stuff that is built with Meson in mind, so they might not have. Oh no, I'm getting slightly mixed up. It's not so CMake can detect them. It's if you're including them as like sub modules, basically, other projects. If you're using CMake as the root of your own project, then it'll just hook into the CMake file elsewhere. Not as many projects are made with Meson though, and RapDB is basically like a community maintained, as I understand it, wrapper for that. So they'll have definitions for, I believe SDL is under that banner. I don't think they use Meson. So Meson have a RapDB item for that. That's my understanding. You know, it's just used as a fallback if a system package does exist. Yeah, that sounds cool. I do recall hearing about this when the last time I was asking about what build system to use, because I didn't like CMake and there was only so much I could do with makefiles without it being a massive head wreck. I'd been recommended Meson before. I remember I kept hearing about Ninja and I thought it was a competing thing. I didn't realize that no, Ninja is actually not something you're supposed to use as a developer. You're kind of, it's supposed to just kind of be there. I still don't remember exactly what it does actually. Ninja build. What do you do? It's a small build system with a focus on speed. Yeah, other build systems are high-level languages. Ninja aims to be an assembler. The files are human-readable, but not especially convenient to write by hand. And my understanding is that Meson uses Ninja under the hood. It's a makefile alternative, basically. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so this is a Ninja file, basically. Yeah, I wouldn't like writing this, so I am glad that we've got tools like Meson to help simplify that a bit. Very cool. I ordinarily, I would like to learn this, but at a certain point, this is kind of hellish, and they even tell you you're not really meant to, dick around with that on your own. And this is still, it's slim enough, it's convenient. I don't feel as much of an urge to go under the hood and understand it fully, so if it works, it works. I need to understand it enough so that it works, basically. Water, chat, water. I'm talking a lot today. I've talked a lot today in general, so water good. Very good right now. Meson does use Ninja under the hood, unless you use, Windows and use the MSVC stuff instead. That makes sense. CMake can also use Ninja under the hood, but it's done with end variables. I think, yeah, a lot of time when I've compiled with CMake, it's used Ninja. Eels! Eels, chat, eels! Okay, so I don't have Raylib stuff explicitly installed. So let's go do that. For those who don't know, I run Void Linux because I like it. Raylib should be distributed. It's not. Okay. This is probably something that would be under the RapDB if I had to guess. Or not? There's no Raylib. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay. How should I link Raylib then? Tell you what, they got a wiki. Maybe they have some instructions here. Working on GNU Linux. Basic dependencies. Build library manually. Git submodule? Maybe, yeah. Can make a shared library as well that I can then link into. Make static version. Okay, okay. Build using CMake. Okay, that's cool. Get some module easier. Maybe. Where would I submodule this to? Project structure is still something I don't have like an insanely good grasp on. So like, okay, that was bad. Hold on, my cat has just climbed up onto my desk and has commandeered my monitor. 1 minute. She was very confused while I just picked her up and moved her off the desk. Subprojects Raylib. I was thinking like a lib folder, or oh, there's a like third party vendor. I can make a vendor directory. Hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, git submodule. I never remember how to deal with submodules. Initialize the submodule. That's probably not what I want to do. I want to add. Mason is very particular about directories. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yes. The subdirectories thing. I gotcha. Sorry, projects. Okay. So I should be able to just do git submodule add. Whoops. Did not mean to full screen that. And I can probably just submodule add it like this, maybe. Oh, it's not gone there. Okay, cool. It didn't actually add it. There we go. I should probably do depth 1, actually. Depth for shadow clones. Did I not do that? Oh, I have to do it before. Or not? Okay. Before the Reaper URL? Shoot, you're right. That's weird. Sorry, yeah, because I'm used to git clone where you add the depth thing at the very end. Okay, yeah, that works. That should take way less time. How many commits we got? 8,000 commits. Yeah, I don't really need all of those. Git LA is weird, that is true. It's cool, but it is weird. Oh, build.zig? Is Raylib built in Zig? No. They must just have Zig things in it. Huh. I've not worked with Zig yet. I'm kind of tempted to one day, but not right now. Okay, so it is a CMake directory. How do I work with this then? Okay. I need to link against Raylib. Or not link. I need to compile it in. Just trying to investigate all this information. Don't worry about it. So am I. If your brain's melting, so is mine. I've not had to deal with this particular problem before. We will need this documentation for later. We won't need the Ninja build one. Keep this in mind. Ah, thank you very much. So you can pour... Oh, wow, that's it, huh? Okay, shit. Yeah, that sounds really easy when you put it that way. Let me move these to the end. Cool, these are the things I actually want. And in here... Cool. And we're gonna do... Oh. Interesting. Okay, so CMake subproject Raylib dot dependency Raylib? I guess? Let's see. Do I have to rebuild? Oh, no. Yeah, it's building Raylib. That was... No way. No way. Fucking for real? First try, baby? I've never... genuinely, this is dog smiling at sunset right now. I'm at inner peace. This has never been so goddamn easy. Really? Yeah, no shit. I'm delighted. That's great. Very, very cool. Okay, Raylib. I guess we hello world this before we do WebSocket stuff. Because the visual is going to be pretty important. So is the WebSocket. They're both important. You know, I've already got the documentation for this up. No, visually interesting. We're going to lean on visually interesting. Right. Is there like a getting started? There should be. I would think so. Cheat sheets. Examples collection. Okay, they have examples as reference. That's kind of neat. What's hello worlding? Oh, just getting like a basic like example thing up. Like you know, this is a hello world, right? But it's basically just like a printing to console hello world. When I refer to like hello worlding with Raylib, it would be like I want to get a window up and I want to just slap something on the screen, and that's just confirming, hey, it works, and we can build up from there. That's basically the idea. Let's do core, and we're gonna do basic window.c. Sure. We include Raylib.h to start with. Cool. I'm going to pop this over here and this on that side, just for our reference material. Cool. Yeah, just simple working program. That's all. Okay. Oh my god, I'm me, so I'm going to do this nonsense real quick. In fact... Why do you not like this? Unknown type. Oh. Okay. Huh. Is it? Oh, shoot, it is. My bad. Yeah, sorry. It's been a while. Okay. We'll do 1280. In fact, this is supposed to be a chat window, so let's say width will be 400, height will be 800. Probably gonna make that a little bit different. 300? That should be fine. This doesn't seem right. Why is it indenting like that? Oh my god, yeah, I am all over the place. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not C-pills today. I'm very out of the game. Okay. In its window, we're gonna do screen width and screen.height, and our title is going to be, we're gonna do a screen.title here. We're literally just like creating our own struct for no reason, but it's fine. Yeah, probably is expecting a const char. Yeah, figures. Okay. I forget this is it's a state machine. Like we don't even give it like, here's a Raylib context that we generate. It's really just like, yeah, well, you initted a window, so you got a window. I could actually see that being a problem, because I may want this to open multiple windows. Like I want to just run RE Stream Tools and I get like my chat and my alerts and tickers and all that kind of stuff. So I'd ask, you're writing JS and C now? Oh no, is that why? Oh fuck. So a super cool idea. That's it. That's what I'm aiming for. I want this to be like as versatile as possible. Well, we'll see what we can do though. Maybe we can open multiple windows. I feel like that's got to be something that someone's like discussed. Okay, while not window should close. This is pretty SDL-like so far. Actually, it's kind of window should close. That's kind of an OpenGL thing, maybe. I don't remember. Okay, begin drawing. Clear background, ray white. Sure. In fact, we might go like ray green. Or not. Okay, cool. What is ray white when it's at home? Oh, seeded color. Oh, cool, cool. Okay, that's actually, this is kind of cool. Hold on. Let's grab this color off of my website. And let's see, can I... Oh, no, that's not it at all. Plug that color into here, and I should get... Here we are. RGB values. Useful. Okay. So I should be able to give it a color from HSV. No, just color. Hold on. Oh, this is cool. Color lerp, color tint, color normalize. Oh, man. I found this stuff interesting. Oh, I could give it a hex value. Does that return what I'm looking for? It looks like it, actually. Okay. The hex value is going to be OXB7FD49. Raylib doesn't have multiple window support. Aw, that's unfortunate. Okay, I may need to pivot. we'll still play around with Raylib because I've been meaning to, but you know what it should mean in this context. I don't remember what I was saying, so I can't tell you. Alright, so you can't really see this super well. Trying to like balance this out so it's visible. Clear background, that makes sense. Oh, cool, we can do just a basic draw text. And that's going to be... this will be... We'll do like 16 out from the corner. Font size 20 should be fine. And we will go... Get color OX 101010 or something. End drawing. And close window. Cool. Let's see, does she work? Chat. We're so back. These aren't the right colors at all. But, oh my god. You could probably pivot to SEL3 and its entry on that be making it very similar to the Mason project. True. Ooh, I've had an idea, but I will get right back to you on that. First of all, I think the reason that wasn't working properly is because it's expecting an RGBA value, or possibly ARGB. In fact, it's probably ARGB. Oh no, there we go. Hey, that's delightful. Okay, hold on. Let's do. This. Do that situation. In fact, hold on. We're using very like Google-esque palette naming. Oh, I realize I have these names actually backwards. There we go. So the background needs to be RE surface, and the color of the text needs to be RE on surface. Ace and compile. Oh, it didn't like that. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. I'm too JavaScript pilled. There we go. Hi, chat. Hello. That's wonderful. Hello, welcome. New people. Okay. So I'm going to make this definitely wider. This needs to be like 600 by 800, to be completely honest. Did I not? Oh, I didn't compile. Sweet. Okay. Looks good. We have text. So one thing that I do want to try, STL might be the no, STL TCF still released for font rendering. Ooh. And fonts are like all I'm working with right now. STL2 could be a good pivot, figures. So here's an idea, actually. Could be an interesting alternative. There's a library called Clay. Yeah, Nick Barker's Clay. Yes. Here we are. Clay is a Flexbox style UI layout library in C with declarative syntax and microsecond performance. This looks based. This looks incredibly cool. The thing that I find particularly fucking cool about this, it's of course a high performance rendering library for C, a UI library in C, and this website is also written in Clay. So I can build very, very pretty looking UIs in here, and they've got a fucking debug menu in here. They have like the whole like DOM inspector in here. It is so sick. I love this. So it would honestly, I'd be down giving this a go. This could be really cool. Yeah, we have flex boxes in C. It's so cool. I adore it. How long have you been programming CPP? Not CPP very often. I'm not a huge fan of C++. I'm more of a C fan. I've been writing it for a decent amount of time. The problem is I haven't written it super recently. I've been writing a bit more JavaScript stuff recently. So and also I'm talking to chat. So I'm like not 100% focused right now. So I'm kind of going off of muscle memory doing JavaScript stuff. But yeah, no, this is incredibly based. So cool. Like the only actual difference between this functionally and the canvas renderer is the fact, and by the canvas, this is written in WebAssembly, or it's rendered using WebAssembly, which is super cool. The only difference is the scroll style is slightly different. Like you can see there's a curve when I scroll in Firefox, and there isn't when I'm scrolling in Canvas. But that's something you could totally just implement yourself. Like I could absolutely, just add a lerp or something. Whenever you scroll, it like glides down there. That's not a problem. It's not even like we'd even need to do that right now anyways. Yeah, no text highlight. That is true. You're very correct. Which is unfortunate. You need to hook into like... No, you don't need to hook into operating system features to do that. Thinking of it. You just like implement some sort of drag. You might need... you might need system stuff to handle clipboard and stuff. Yeah, that's a little bit more. But in terms of like the rendering side, it's pretty much perfect. And also the text highlight wouldn't matter for this use case because it's just supposed to render stuff. It's not meant to be interactive by the user running it. So this could work. And also the syntax for it. Oh, the syntax. It's really something. Where is it? Oh yeah, I think they wrote like a fucking text editor with this as well, which is super cool. Or what is it? Yeah, an example GUI application. Here we are. So you... Oh yeah, is this like... Is this header only? Single, roughly 4,000 line of code clay.h file with 0 dependencies, including no standard library. This does hook into... So essentially how this works is... here we are. I'll show you what the actual thing looks like when you write with it. Yeah. So you define an element, right? And then within here, you essentially use like C-struct syntax to define, it's like, okay, here's the layout style. This has a certain sizing. In this case, this is a 50 by 50. Oh, sorry. The width starts at 0, but can grow to expand its full container. The height is a fixed 50. You can set background colors in here. It's all just struct syntax, and you can nest these. Like you can have dot children, I believe, and it's just an array of other clay elements. And then what clay does is, yeah, here we go. So here's like a more complex layout. What this does, to my understanding, is it can generate OpenGL, Vulkan, Raylib, possibly other rendering APIs, but essentially it generates calls to those APIs, and then just you render. Yeah, here we are. You create your render command array, and layouts will generate those render commands for you, and you really just go through all of the commands, and I guess just call them. Yep. I think this is actually, yeah, this is like its own renderer. If you wanted to like render your stuff entirely from scratch yourself, you can totally do that. But I believe that you can have this just output to Vulkan, OpenGL, or Raylib calls, which is super cool. So this might be very good for what I'm working on. And also I really want to try out Clay, so this would be a really good opportunity to do so. If you do JS mostly, why did you decide to do a front-end CPP? Are you trying to get back into it? It's partly a challenge for myself. I've historically been quite vocal on I really like really beautiful front-end applications made without embedding browsers in it. The less dependency I can have on using the web browser for rendering stuff, I'm happier doing that. Like, if you're doing a website, use the web browser. Obviously, that perfectly makes sense. Like, my own website, of course, this should be written with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript because it's a fucking website. That makes sense. But I'm not a fan of, you know, Discord and Spotify and Steam all using some form of either Electron or Chrome embedded framework. Maybe last like React Native, Is React Native actually I do not remember. Flutter is, and actually, yeah, I was looking at Flutter last night. Flutter is actually pretty cool. In fact, this is the thing that like really caught me. So really pretty UIs, of course, but you can do this with web stuff. We have the technology to do that, very much so. What caught me was this line. Flutter code compiles to ARM or Intel machine code. As well as JavaScript, Flutter can build for the web, which is fine. I'm like, build for the web if you need to, but if you're writing like a native system application, the fact that this compiles to machine code, huge. And I tested it. I'm a skeptic, so I actually dug in to see what it does. I wrote like I got a basic hello world going. I built it. I checked the executable. It is indeed, I built this on my MacBook at the time, so it's an ARM64 native linked executable. And she just goes, and it builds to, like in the case of macOS, it builds to a .app for you. For Linux, I don't know what the hell it does. Maybe it builds an app image. Maybe it freeballs. I don't know. Windows, I imagine you get an exe file, stuff like that. So I'm really excited about using Flutter for projects in the future. It might even be a decent project for this, to be completely honest. But at least for now, this is kind of like me learning and experimenting. So I want to, you know, have a gander at, like, I want a Windows shop, you know? Okay, native apps in React, written in JavaScript, rendered with native code. Okay, so you build using like regular React stuff, and then I guess it builds into native platform APIs. Okay. I'm just about to be honest, I use Godot to make my mobile apps. So here's the thing. Game engines are actually pretty sick for like building your own UI. The problem is you have to deal with the rest of the game engine. Like if I'm making like a music app, I don't need a physics engine to be linked alongside my music app, but Godot has one, and it's not like you can compile without it. It's all like part of the same bundle. So yeah. Web applications scare me, so much memory usage. See, that's a thing. And like if these are stream utilities that I'm running as well, I would like for them to be pretty lightweight and snappy, you know? I'd really appreciate that. I'm not a massive fan of, even if it does build to native, I just don't think I like, okay, writing JavaScript is easy, and to be clear, like, this syntax, stupid easy. I will say, TSX, pretty nice. TS and JSX, those are pretty nice to work with from a developer experience standpoint. But there's something so cursed to me about taking JavaScript and then, even if it does compile to machine code, it's like, oh, we still have to go through a JavaScript layer. And I know very little about how that final executable actually works. And it's just like, it kind of bugs me. I think on Linux, this makes a regular 64-bit ELF binary. I mean, it's pretty much all you need, right? You can, I don't actually know what the build process for app images is, or Flatpaks. I don't know how that works. Kind of interested to try that at some point. I do know that for getting like a desktop application in KDE, you get like a .desktop file, you include an icon. .desktop is just like it's very similar. It's like an environment variable config file. You just define, here's what the icon is, here's what the name is, here's what the actual, like what clicking on the .desktop item should do. Like, okay, as an example, OBS Studio, here we are. I set an environment variable. This actually, I've had to add this for my own setup, and it just runs user bin OBS. I can probably get wherever this file is, maybe. Hold on. Okay, very quickly remembering, I don't remember where this is. Use a local share. It might be in applications. Here we are. Yep, nailed it. First try, baby. Here we are. This is the .desktop file for OBS. Now, you can probably ignore a lot of the localization stuff. This is fine. That's what's taking up the bulk of it. But right up at the top, we get a version, which is, I guess I just never update it. OBS Studio, generic name, a comment, an executable, the icon. I guess this links to somewhere under some free desktop situation. Is it a terminal application? What type of thing is it? Is it an app? Is it not? Because I guess you can maybe have shortcuts to media, I guess. Categories, cool. Startup notify, startup window manager class OBS. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna head? All right, Grat. Have a good night. Lovely having you as always. But yeah, .desktop files are like pretty simple. So like that's how, even without dealing with like how is your app contained, it's pretty easy to get one of these up and running. Don't know about app image, but Flatpak is a pain in the ass. Oh, great. Hey, quickly look. I mean, while we're here, we're basically just deep diving. Appimage.org, hard domain. As a user, oh my god, they did a user story. I work in an agile workplace. I don't need to be seeing this outside of work hours. I want to download an application from the original author and run it on my Linux desktop system just like I would do with a Windows or Mac application. Yeah, app images, for anyone who's not a Linux user, app images are like as dumb easy to use as a like regular application on macOS. You download this one big block, you download this just thing onto your system, you double click it and it opens. The way that both of them work under the hood is you have like the actual executable file contained within it, and then all of the resources and libraries that it hooks into. It comes at the cost of you're maybe having to like not statically, kind of like you're including all of the libraries that the application uses like contained within it. So you might have like, I don't know, duplicate. You want to have duplicate libraries. If you use a bunch of app images that use the same libraries, they don't reference. Sorry, my cat's attacking me. Can you not do that? If you have multiple apps using the same library, you'll end up having duplicates of those libraries. But the convenience, so good. Okay, so you're developing for work. I do front end, so I'm actually doing web dev. All of my low-level stuff, I generally am doing on my own time, just for fun. You have to make metadata files, manifest files that tell Flatpak Builder how to compile it in a near no dependency environment. That doesn't sound terrible, honestly. I mean, unless the syntax for those files are horrible, that doesn't sound terrible. Like, hold on. If you're building something for Void, and I now know this because through my streaming endeavors, I've actually ended up contributing to, not that, what the hell? I contributed to the OBS Studio package in Void, which is not this. Oh, no, okay, I see what happened here. Source packages, OBS. There we are. Cool. So the way that it works in Void, their package manager, you can't really see this super well because the fucking thing's in the way. But all packages in Void are defined by a template file. And this template file it's hefty. OBS has a lot of stuff involved, so it is pretty hefty, but I'll break it down. We got the package name, so this is like when you're installing, I'll do like xbps install OBS Studio, right? Or -s, yeah, sudo. So this is what I do to install OBS for the first time on my system, and also for actually updating it, I add like -u to the arguments, whatever. We define the version of the software. In this case, I'm running the latest version of OBS, so it's 3102. The revision is kind of like a binary revision. So if you've made changes, but the version of the source application hasn't changed, then you bump the revision number. So as an example, when I made my contribution to OBS, it was specifically to enable this nvenc flag, because OBS on Void doesn't build with the NVIDIA encoder support enabled, and that was a big problem for me because I use the NVIDIA encoders for my streams. So I made this bump, I made this change, but because like OBS hadn't gotten a version bump, I had to bump up the revision by one. So that's how that works. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. So architecture is supported. OBS is supported on a vast swath of architectures. You just have to list them there. Build style is CMake. Most of them will be. Some of them might be Meson. Configure args. So these are like in CMake. So there's kind of like first party support for CMake within its X tools that they use for building. It supports CMake stuff out of the box, and these are essentially arguments passed on to CMake when you're building with it. So that's, you know, why I have the nvenc enable over there. Host make dependencies. I believe this is like on the system that you're installing with, you need these dependencies. And make depends, I think, is like for the build server that the Void team have when they're putting when they're putting packages on their repositories, they need these dependencies. That's how I understand it anyways. Then actual like just user dependencies, so like when you're actually launching the application, here's what you need. I think this is how it works. I've got it mixed up before, but I think that's how it works. Short description, that's just what appears when querying. Lead maintainer for the particular package in this repository. The license it uses, the homepage, link to the changelog, I guess releases counts. Dist files. This is usually a GitHub link going to some like version archive tarball. And cool thing, you can actually just tag the version within it, which usually applies for most GitHub hosted projects out there, and probably a whole bunch of ones hosted on like Codeberg or some Forjo situation. And the checksum is supposed to relate to the dist file. So this tarball has to match this checksum, otherwise it fails. And then there's other little build options and whatever. Pre-configure, yeah, that's cool. OBS develop package. Yeah, this stuff I'm a little less familiar with. I've not actually built a template file from scratch, but I've contributed. And in order to do that, I wanted to make sure I kind of knew what I was doing. So yeah, I now know a decent amount about that. But how you actually build an app image? Oh, do we have a... Hold on. Is that Linus Torvalds? This is just very cool. Awesome. All right. Let's quickly look at how app images work. Quick start. All right. Water check chat. Very important. especially if you're a yapper like me. Very important. This page contains information for users who need app image and want to get started. Cool. How to run it? Yep, dirt simple. You double click it and it goes. Sometimes maybe you need to like enable execution, but I think most desktops will just do this. In fact, actually, I think they don't enable automatically. I think at least on KDE, if it's an application it doesn't that's like newly downloaded, it will ask you if you want to run it and then it sets a flag. That's my understanding. Okay, this is literally just a user guide. I would like to like build with it. User guide, packaging guide, introduction to packaging. So you decided to make an app image or two? Great! Or did you just come in to get some insights on how app images can be built? Let's have a look. There are many different approaches to how to build app images. Often, packaging an app image correctly depends on the application you're trying to put into one, the so-called payload. Different programming languages, or rather different application types, require different methods. Yeah, you could hypothetically package a Python app in an app image. You would probably just have to put Python in there as well, and that would be weird. The app image devs are banned from contributing to OBS. What? Okay. I'd love to know why. That sounds absurd. What the fuck? Okay. All application bundling attempts have one thing in common: the input format, which is then turned into an app image using app image tool. This input format is called appter and is described in the appter specification, which is app. Okay. Normal directories, some special contents. App run is a file or symlink serving as the entry point for a specific application located in the root directory that makes up an appter, so it can be used to calculate paths relative to the later mounted appter. Dir icon, PNG icon located in the root directory, can be used by, for example, thumbnails, display application icons rather than generic file type symbol. Show me one of the standard image sizes, 120 or 256. I wonder, can you have multiple dir icons? I feel like it would be good to have multiple ones. Like a known good 16 by 16, a known good 256. They tried out app image support, then tried to make OBS maintainers maintain the app image format. Then the app image kind of had a meltdown on Twitter. What? Oh, it's always a meltdown on Twitter that ends with that stuff getting burned. Just absolute banger of an edit because you ended after the fact. Okay. Yeah. This thread is closed, but I'm going to make a final reply before I ban you and your associate from our organization for your inflammatory, incorrect, and downright rude comments. Holy shit! I forget GitHub drama is crazy. Actions have consequences. Anytime anyone asks why we don't support app image, I'm going to point them to this thread and how it was you personally who irrevocably burned all bridges with our development team. What the fuck did they say? I'm kind of scared to look. Okay. Wow. Just say back in 2018, we had a lot of concerns with the work. All documented in this closed PR for creating upload an app image for Linux. You ignored those concerns. Instead, Teresa points out that it works fine for you. Oh my god. And I quote, here are two high-profile Linux users and podcasts talking about various application delivery formats for Linux and why they would like to have an OBS app image in response to bug reports. That's not how you respond to a bug report. You have constantly reminded us that app image is a tool and showed no interest in trying to fix reported bugs, something that continues to this day. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Yeah. That's crazy. I'm scared to find out what any of that discourse actually looked like, but yeah, a response like that, some shit hit the fan. Yeah, I'd probably end up banning support from people if they were acting like that too. Again, haven't looked at the discourse. Maybe they were super friendly and the OBS devs are being overbearing, but from what I have seen of issue threads I've looked into for OBS, I don't believe that the OBS devs are being overbearing. I think they would have had very good grounds to ban contributors. Because it also, like, it's open source software. Contributions help the software, ostensibly. So you have to do something pretty gnarly to get barred from that position. I remember the Twitter thread being borderline conspiracy theory. Oh, Christ. Okay. Just a file located in the root directory, describing the payload application. As app images follow the principle of one app, one file. One desktop file so much to describe the entire app image. There must not be more than one desktop file in the root directory. Cool, that's fine. myapp.icon extension. Applications icon in the best available quality, ideally a vector graphic, can be a symlink to subdirectories such as whatever. In most cases, dir icon is a symlink to this file. Okay. Sure. I think you just have like one icon. I would like different ones, like different icon sizes. Have a call for dinner. Have a good stream. Oh, lovely pizza night. Enjoy that, cat. Have a good one. Use subdirectory. According to the FHS, I don't know what that is. Oh. Oh, file system hierarchy standard. I see. Welcome, Albert. Hello, hello. Okay. User directory, Unix system resources. What? That's what it stands for? I guess it makes more sense than a user. Yeah, fair enough. Directory contains applications, shared libraries, okay, yeah, no, I get that part. So what, it just contains its own self-contained USR directory? Sure. The modern packaging tools such as Linux deploy create these directories by default to standardize and harmonize app their creation. Okay. So yeah, there's tools that make this pretty easy. Excuse me, components after. Okay. Oh, that's the lovely Linux deploy itself is an app image. I mean, I guess, right? That makes sense. Okay, Linux deploy after executable this. Other various bits you might want, and then outputs app image. Okay. So you can like link in whatever other libraries you might want as well. Very nice. Very nice. Not so important right now, but it's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, Flutter looks cool. If I want to make something interactive, that seems particularly important. I think this supports multiple windows as well, actually. It's kind of crazy Raylib doesn't seem to do that. React Native, an option. I have to deal with... Well, the thing is, again, DX for React is actually pretty good. Oh, there's no way I actually do React Native for this, right? Surely not. Can't imagine build times are particularly good either, actually. Isn't it? It's not React. It's the TypeScript compiler is being rewritten in Go, I want to say? Ads but broken. Thanks, Twitch. That's rad. Yeah. They're moving the TypeScript compiler to Go, which looks really good. It looks so good. It's like a 10x improvement across the board. And, you know, as someone who deals with TypeScript code for work, that's really good, especially in a large code base. Because of how enterprise software development works, though, chances are it's going to be like years after I finish my internship that they actually integrate that. But it is what it is. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, ad viewers. Yeah. TypeScript compiler, native, written in Go. It's not done. I'm not even sure if it's in a public beta right now. But I did hear about this back in March, and it sounds super cool. Happy for them. The fact that the compiler for TypeScript is itself written in TypeScript is kind of insane to me. Dog fooding, I guess, but also like, oh, so slow. Yeah, interesting. And then, of course, Clay also looks really cool and looks super configurable. Actually, I'm having a thought. I wonder how... okay, actually, no. You know, I was having a thought, but it's actually kind of irrelevant for this use case. So my thinking was, okay, you can make very pretty UIs with Flutter, right? But like, how customizable can you make it? Obviously, the layout is, you know, whatever you want, but these are all very, like, it's very much modern app styles. You know, you got your little rectangles, rounded corners, and a drop shadow. Anyone can do that, right? My question would be like, because I've been having discussions over the past yesterday, a bit of the day before, the new Apple Liquid Glass design language. Looks super cool. Accessibility is a concern, but I'm sure that'll be figured out by the time it fully releases. We are only in beta after all. But something that's intrigued me is like, what would be the possibility of writing these super complex, well, not super complex, but super unique, like heavily custom tweaked out designs, like design interfaces, I guess, in more in something like this, basically. Like, could you do theoretically Liquid Glass and Flutter is basically what I'm asking. I don't know. I've not even really digged around with styling too much. I've done very, very little with Flutter so far. My initial guess would be no, that's not what it's built for. If you are looking to do something like Liquid Glass, you are probably, like, you're either using SwiftUI on macOS, or you are pulling up your bootstraps, building an OpenGL/Vulkan context, and you are writing some shaders, because I'm not quite sure how else you would be able to do that with existing tools. React Native, there's a part of me that thinks it would be possible with a lot of really, really fancy CSS stuff, but also I don't know how that would compile to like cross-platform native UI code. Oh, everyone's getting food. I'm excited for food. In fact, I'm excited to wrap up in about 15, 20 minutes to go eat. So I feel ya. That's good. But yeah, it is interesting. An interesting food for thought. But for what I'm doing, which, like, I just want to build a basic chat, like a little chat thing. I absolutely don't need this. Sorry, I don't need Liquid Glass. Flutter could be good. If it can do transparent backdrops, it could be good. React Native, dare I say it, could be good. Clay could be good. And for the sake of just learning Clay, it might be pretty sweet to do so. Yeah. So my understanding is I do have to give it its own render context. So if I use, say, SDL, yeah, SDL to handle windowing, and I can get Clay to maybe output SDL OpenGL rendering calls. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. I'll have to kind of skim through this a little bit more. Because it's been a while since it was like very clearly explained in Nick Barker's video on this, but I've not looked at it in a while, so I've kind of forgotten a lot of the stuff. Rust bindings, let's go. Oh, shoot. There's a rewrite of Clay in Go. That's cool. Still not what I'd want to use Go for, but nice to know I can. Running more than one Clay instance. Oh. This is actually really good. Important, do not render instances across different threads simultaneously, as Clay does not currently support multi-threading. Oh, that's fine. That's actually fine. I'm sure so long as I keep each instance across its own thread, though, I can totally multi-thread, which is fine. because I don't think I need more than one thread to manage a chat thing. I would maybe want to split off threads for my alerts and my chat and other various things. But yeah, that's good to know that they at least thought about multi-threading. Yeah, these are pretty much just all of the different macros, which will be useful later, but not right now. Okay, let's go back up to the top here. Retained mode rendering. Oh, that's a separate thing. Yeah, that has nothing to do with me building the rendering calls. I mean, look, you know what? For the hell of it, we've already got this thing written in Raylib. Let's just try Clay. Let's just do it. I can probably submodule this in as well. So let's give her a good, honest try, you know? Git submodule, add depth 1 this. Oops. I need that to be in sub projects. Hello? Sub projects Clay. Cool. Go into Meson builds and let's now add. Cool. Ideally, this just works immediately and is based and awesome. Cool. What are the chances I can include Clay? No. Got close. I'll probably need to do sub-projects Clay, clay.h. Oh, it doesn't like that. Why aren't you happy? Oh, that's hilarious. C++ 20. That's fine. I can bump it. Oh, still unhappy. That's concerning. Hold on. Whatever. Clank 17 should support C++ 20, right? Surely. I actually don't even know how to check what particular version of C++ I support. Hold on. Damn. Okay, I don't really know what to do with that. Oh, well, we're doing clay build stuff anyways, I guess. Sure. Maybe we'll just play by ear. We might just, like, have this error here, but it might actually still work. Also, actually, thinking of it, it might not have even updated what C++ version I'm using, because it hasn't gone all the way through this build process yet. Okay, well, while we're here, we've got our window. This seems fine. Hold on, I recall there being some sort of... Oh, right. I want to see what ray white was. C literal color, which is... Oh, yeah. It's already just a struct. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do real quick. Let's grab this. And I should be able to do that, maybe. I realize I've used that in the wrong spot, but it's chill. Okay. Let's put this over there. And over here, we're looking for hex 101010, which is 16, 16, 16, 255. Cool. This is still complaining. Oh, because it's not done yet. Good grief. Oh, wow. They got a lot of stuff going on here. Good grief. Me when I find out that Clay itself has a bunch of submodules. Oops. Well, I just hope that doesn't take too long. libjxl. We need to get Brotli. Oh, that's going to take a while. Whatever. I'll write code in the meantime. Let's see. Okay, we've got our colors defined. That's good. They do have like this whole thing for clay color. It might be cross-compatible if I just like what is it? Cast it. If I cast it to a clay color, it'll probably work. Okay. Clear background. We will draw text on top because I'm kind of curious to see what that will look like. Some like raylib text on top of a clay context. Okay. Oh yeah, we need to like make a memory arena for this to use. UN64T, total memory size, clay min memory. Okay, never mind. Oh, what have I just done? God damn it. Oh, there we go. Min memory size. Hi, free play. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I gotta put this to the side. I'm gonna keep flashbanging myself over and over again. Oh, this is full screen. My bad. Really not a fan of what you're doing with this README right now. I'll be real. There we go. Full file. That's what I want to see. All right. Pull this over there. Clay arena. Clay create arena with capacity and memory. That'll be total memory size. And malloc. Total memory size. Malloc is only used here as an example. Any allocator that provides a pointer to adjustable memory. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I thought it was like, oh, we don't actually recommend doing this in production. Nah, that's fine. Clay initialize arena. And we're going to do clay dimensions, screen width, screen height, layout dimensions. They aren't here. Okay, I'm going to assume that's not important. Oh, clay dimensions was that. Gotcha. Okay. And a clay error handler that is handle clay errors. Oh. Yeah, I'll copy this. That should be fine. What can these be? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wait, this is just for like the switch statements. We might not need to do any like special handling for anything. I'll leave these here as like stubs, but I might not end up using them. Do this. Cool. Oops. There we go. Nope. There we don't. Cool. In fact, I did not need to do any of that. Just the one break is fine. In fact, yeah. Any of these are fine. Cool. I'll leave them there in case I need them for some reason, but for now, this works. Cool. Screen width. You don't like this. Why don't you like this? Oh, really? Okay. Weird. I can't remember. Do I need to do a special thing to convert from it into a float and see? I don't remember. Do you know there's a compiler flag that will check if you have all values of an enum covered in your switch statements or switch cases? Oh, cool. That's good, actually. Yeah. I did not know about this. I know some other languages do it by default, but I didn't know there was even a provision for that in C. That's nice. This failed. Gee, I can only imagine what could have possibly failed on that one. I'm gonna remove that subproject for clay. Because I don't think I actually need that. I'm gonna make dir vendor and I will copy clay.c. Or sorry, clay.h, my bad. Although you don't choose the default statement, that is. Oh, weird. Interesting. That is not what I wanted. Raw copy link. Yeah, it's fine. Well, actually, that's not fine. Wait. Oh, for goodness sake. We're fine. I'll fix this. Right. Okay. We might be fine. I thought I did a big oopsie, but no, we're fine. Get submodule. Is there like a list? Yeah, I need to remove the inits. Subprojects clay. Okay, well, it's got a minus on it, so maybe that means it's gone. I don't know. Not super familiar with submodules. Okay, really hated that. I do want to give you this memory arena over here. I want to early init that. Oh yeah, this is going to fail. Because this needs to be in vendor. Right? Oh, it's really not happy with that. Oh. Wait, what? No. Where did Clear H go? Oh, I didn't move it. I never moved it. That'd be why. Cool. Should probably put that in its own directory, thinking of it. Clay.h into vendor clay. There you go. I've tried Conan and Meeson. I've not tried Conan, no. Very unfamiliar. Only just recently kind of picked up Meeson, so I'm probably just going to stick with this for the time being. You know what? Hold on. Wait, no. It's an include. I shouldn't have to do that. Okay, but it's actually not complaining anymore. So maybe it's going from the root directory? Sure. You know what? Fine. Does it build? That's the question. Okay, it's still doing clay stuff. Oh, no. Hi, Thermia. Hello. Welcome back. Oh, what? I thought you'd fix that. Whoa! Holy shit, thank you so much! Oh my god. That's fucking rad! Thank you so much! Also, yeah, fucking sub goal of 10, let's go! Hype train and all, holy shit. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Oh my god. That's crazy. This is nowhere near exciting enough of a stream to be doing a hype train, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you. So rad. Does this work? Oh. Can I do that? No. Can I do this? I can. What are we building? Basically stream utilities. The idea is, so the chat you see up in this corner and the little, what do I call these tickers? I forget what they're called. Hold on. There's a name for this. They are called, well, I call them stats. There's another name for them though. Yeah. So I wanna update this and my chat and my alerts to all be like built by me in-house. I also want to make some channel point redeems that could actually be useful. So that's also a thing. But we're basically almost at the we're past the 2-hour mark now, so I'm not sure will we get that much more done. This has been a good like initial research thing though. So honestly, I might come back to this. I don't think I can next week because we have plans, but week after could do that. But yeah. Conan is a package manager for C CVP binaries that works with any build system, including Meson. If you set up once, you could just type Conan install, and Meson will have all libraries you specified. Oh, so it's a helper for Meson. Interesting. That sounds cool. Neither subproject directory. Oh, right. Oops. Yeah, I removed Clay as a sub-project because I realized it was trying to like build the entire thing. I didn't need a build. I just wanted the header file. That's all you actually need in order to run Clay. Okay. Meson compile. Is it Meson or Mason? Oh, crap. Okay. Yeah, that's what I feared. Actually, do we know what compiler this is using? I don't think that's a given. Oh yeah, we just get compiler. So fuck knows what this is using. It could be using GCC. It could be using Clang. I don't know. Okay, I think it was using Clang already. Possibly. Oh, CXX, Clang++. No. No. I believe you use whatever's in user bin CC by default. Oh! How about that? I didn't know about this until now. The network is something similar. It's fun. Gonna hop online and stream some IAC coding. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. Move on my input to upcloud. Nice. That sounds cool. C++ is its own binary. That's interesting. Infrastructure is code. Oh, I see. Neato, neato. Oh, the Mason setup reconfigure. Yeah. Interesting. Does Clang not use the latest oh my god. With Clang and the Envars. Oh, whoops. Okay, I understand. Doo-doo. Okay. Crazy that we hype trained. And we met sub goal. 13 out of 10. Let's fucking go. Actually, now was probably a decent time to mention, because we're kind of getting close to wrapping this stream as well. So I've had a set of goals since I started streaming around mid-late April. Was it mid-April? I've done a couple streams. Yeah, I think it was mid-late April. I've had a couple goals I wanted to achieve by September of this year. And we've already kind of hit a lot of them, which is really exciting. I am delighted about that. So thank you guys so much for being so fucking cool and supportive. It's been really rad the past few doing these streams and whatever. It's great to see people enjoy them. Really happy with that. The goals I had, followers, I started at around 165. I've streamed in the past, but I was aiming to get like 200 because, you know, getting an audience to Twitch can be difficult, so I don't want to set my expectations too high. We've more than crossed that. We're at like 220 something now, I think. Subscribers, I was like 10 would be cool. We now have 13. Average viewers, I would have liked to have hit like a 5 when I started. We're getting really close to scratching 10. So like shit's looking good right now. YouTube's lagging behind a bit, but I also have very lofty goals for YouTube in particular, because the expectation for me is YouTube is supposed to kind of pop off in some way, and then that's what brings people over to Twitch. That's how a lot of people are supposed to find the streams, is through videos on YouTube. But yeah, in terms of Twitch support, y'all have fucking crushed it. And I'm really, really thankful for that. Thank you so much. You've all been a wonderful crowd. While I'm here, this is built successfully, I think. No, wait. Didn't actually compile it yet. Let's see. Aww. Well, you didn't get a successful build. That's a little frustrating. That's weird. I did set CVP standard to be C++ 20. Thank you so much, Shred. That's lovely. Has support for some of the features. Oh yeah. Standard. Okay, interesting. Is it not this that I want? What does Mesa configure say for the CPP STD? C++ 20. Okay, no, that is right. Weird. And it is supported under Clang. Oh, it is running C++, right? We haven't actually told it explicitly to use Clang. Enable the wait, I see the issue. Oh, okay. Trying to use C++. Well, yeah, that does seem to be the case. The question is why. Deletes the build directory. Oh yeah, just like trash it, start over. Fair enough. Yeah, default options, CPP standard, do that. Looks good. That looked like it went faster than before. Oh, right. I didn't have to compile raylib all over again. Ooh, shoot. Okay. Undefined reference to claim in memory size. Okay. Of course. Or not. This is interesting. Hold on. So, I'm not sure what to make of that. Do this? No. It doesn't know where that is. My LSP is picking it up fine, but Meson isn't. See, I would say maybe it needs to link to something, but the thing is, Clay is a header-only library. Oh, for God's sake. That looks important. That looks like that was in the README earlier that I didn't fully read properly. Hey, we're back. We're back. Cool. All right. I'm going to very quickly just like get something rendered with Clay. And then I think we might call it for today. We've already got a lot of progress, so that's really good. Well done, streamer. Okay. We initialize. We want to do that over here, actually. We clear the background. Play set layout dimensions to be... Oh yeah, we'll just like do that again. Oh, dimensions. I'm just gonna copyright it over here because I couldn't be bothered to be TBH honest. No. There we go. Cool. Set the new layout dimensions. We need to Clay set pointer state. Go extra stream. Gotta go set for one out. Hell yeah! All right, have a good one. Honestly, actually, if you're streaming by the time I end, someone remind me. We got to send a raid your way. That'd be rad. I do need to grab dinner, so I won't be there immediately, but I'm gonna raid your ass. It's gonna be awesome. Good event today. Good night. Good night. Aw, thank you so much, Tranquility. That's awesome. Glad to see you here. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever even done a raid. I never had enough people for a raid to make any sense. Mouse position X. Where are you getting that from? That might not be important, actually. Mouse point. Yeah, you kind of can't copy and paste this whole thing in. It's example code. Yeah, mouse position I don't have. Well, I can get it from raylib, but I don't think it's that important. Yeah, we're gonna ignore this because it's supposed to be a display thing anyway. Update scroll containers. Update internal pointer position. Oh, wait, this is the same. Okay, I'm assuming this is just like the same thing for both. All clayouts begin with clay begin layouts. Okay. Let's begin the layout. And this is the cool part. Now we get to use the clay macro. And what this does, we'll do an ID, clay ID. We'll just call it main or something. We have layout, which is something with sizing. Clay. Actually, we're going to do it like this. Cool. And we'll snap these next to each other. A little easier to read. That's sizing. Oh, they've also got some padding stuff. Yeah, this is fair enough. Oh. Clay padding all. Oh, whoops. That's supposed to be there. Clay padding all 16. Child gap 16. Okay. And the background color will be clay color casting from RE surface. You don't like that. No matching conversion for C-cell cast from cons color to clay color. Really? That's annoying. Alright, I have a solve for this, but it's like I'm not jazzed about it. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I just made these not consts. See, these structs contain the exact same stuff, is the annoyance to me. But now I'm gonna have to make separate ones. Alright. Okay. We do that, and we do this, and you're not happy because of this. Are these defined again? Oh, okay, fair enough. There's no, like, other examples of existing. There's no, like, stock colors, basically. Exact same? Well, I don't know if they use the numbers in the same way necessarily. I assume they're RGBA, but the structs are identical. Clay color has... Oh, no, they're not. God damn it. Clay color has floats, and color has unsigned chars. You fucker. Whatever. Anyway, I guess I'll slap these in so it doesn't bitch about them too hard. I could conceivably... Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna write like a converter. Because I don't feel like doing this for every single color I have. Honestly, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do this. And we will take in our color. Yeah. Return clay color. That is probably just like float col dot R, float col dot G, float col.b, floats, col.a. Is it kind of cursed? Maybe, maybe. But it should work. So I kind of don't care. Cool. So now we should be able to do clay color of RE surface, and it's happy. So we're all happy. That's terrific. 0.0 to 1.0 or... Oh, shoot. You know what? You might be right. Wait, no. Okay. Well, I'm actually looking at it. Yeah, they are just using 0 to 256. It is float for no reason. There's no reason for it to be float. And yet it does. And yet it does. We will just allow that to happen. It's very inefficient. It is. I also kind of make the terminal happy. Yeah, of course I do. Like if I get a whole bunch of errors, I go like, oh, what? It's very angry at me. I wonder why. You know, things like that. Okay. So we've got that, and then oh yeah, this is the cool thing. So we've defined what the clay root container is, and now we can then bang out a whole other like scope in here where you can define more clay stuff. So let's do, as an example, let's do clay text. Clay text should work. Yeah. Does it need to have semicolon at the end? No. That's self-close. Oh, it does need. Okay. Cool, cool. Clay string. Hello from clay. I'm gonna slap that over here, actually. Clay text config. Font size 24. We'll go 20. Text color is going to be clay color. Alright, on surface. This isn't happy either. Why not? Field font size will be initialized after field text color. What? Is this because I'm taking it from the output of a function? Hold on. Oh yeah, I think it's a cool thing if it does work this way. I might be able to like do calculations while like drawing, basically, or while assembling everything. Okay, actually no, it doesn't like that I did that. Type specifier is required. Oh, I did it again. Oh, no. Yeah, it actually doesn't like that. Oh, it's literally just the wrong order. Okay. Grace. 12 unnecessary bytes because of the floats. Also introduce floating point accuracy. That's what I'm saying. Those numbers are too small and integer shaped to produce floating point errors. Ah, that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Floating point errors occur as early 0.1 or something. I mean, okay, yeah, floating point accuracies do occur, but when you're rounding it back to a char, it's very unlikely to matter, would be my thinking. Like, the inaccuracies are not going to be enough to actually throw off the hex code, which, at the end of the day, is still 8-bit color. So, I've never digged around with 10-bit color. That stuff's interesting to me. Never really thought about it. Okay, so we got a string with that text config. That's cool. Ooh, I hated that. And there should be a position on this. Right, padding. You know what? I'm actually just gonna move the raylib text because that would be easier. Let's do 64. Something pretty far out. Oh, whoops. Clay's internal measure text function is null. You may have forgotten to call Clay set measure text function or pass null. Oh. Oops. I did not do that, so I didn't think I needed to. It's an example function. What? That's interesting. Can I call this with nothing, maybe? Yeah, this needs to be a function, I think. Oh, rats. Okay. I'll copy the measure thing that they've got because I ain't fucking with that. I'll be real. Clay set measure text function. What? Clay set measure text function. Yeah. Measure text function as the type. And then, okay. What? That's really weird. Oh, wait, what was it before? That. Okay, weird. I'll get back to that in a sec. I think it needs something else. Measure text. Takes in a function, I imagine. It takes in the string size text and text element config, yeah. Non-constant expression cannot be narrowed from type into floats. Initializer list. Okay. That's interesting. Their docs are a little bit fucky, but it's fine. Yeah, these should not be floats. It's very weird that they're floats. See, the problem is they don't actually show this function getting used in the README. They show the example measure text function, but I'm not given a great deal of info on, like... See, this is a very awkward function signature to read. Void user data. Oh. Right. We do we call to user data? Oh, we kind of don't. So I'm gonna give it null, I guess? Didn't like that. Actually, wait, hold on. Is null 0 or like a pointer 0? No. I don't think it matters. The syntax and setup scares me. It's novel. I think for something made from C macros, it's super cool. Null 0 usually. Yeah, that's my experience. Okay, let me full screen this so I can read a bit better. Measure text function. Takes clay strings. Yeah, okay. Way to use data. Okay. Yeah, I'm so confused. I don't know what it's not liking. Clay set measure, like it exists. Yeah. The void pointer. But it doesn't like it. Yeah, it's heavily like heavy macros. Well, okay. So, yeah, like this clay text, clay string stuff. These are all macros for various little things. This like whole nesting situation, like the clay macro has stuff. Yeah. It's got some stuff. It like starts an element and closes an element right at the end of the content. It's wild. It's crazy shit. And it like the configuration is all just like a big struct. Press measure text isn't defined in a way that the clay function considers valid. That would make sense if it weren't for the fact that I literally just fucking copy the definition from the README. But then again, they also don't use the function in the README, so... It's a void pointer instead of a UN. Oh, you fucker. You fucker. Okay, we still actually don't have text. But it's not complaining anymore. So... Oh... We didn't do end layout. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, we didn't get all the way through. All right, let's actually read the rest of the documentation so we can wrap this up. We get the render commands. Okay, great. Cool. Render command. Whoa, chill. Render commands. What do you have? Internal array capacity length. Okay, it's an array. Okay. I understand. For int I equals 0, I less render commands dot length I plus. We iterate through this whole thing. Clay render command. Render command? You'll be shocked to believe it is called that. Render commands dot internal array I. Sure. And ideally, I can do render command dot... Ooh. Okay. My understanding is that there is a thing in here for immediately just shitting out raylib functions. I'm 30 minutes over time. That's true. Thank you, Grat. Thank you. Thank you for looking out. Retain mode rendering. Hold on. There's gonna be a mention here somewhere about raylib. Rendering. Raylib renderer. Raylib measure text? Oh no. Uh-oh. This might not be as baked in as I had hoped. Oh, wait. Clay renders Raylib. Oh. Right. Okay. Interesting. So I need these renders. Yeah, this is basically the upfront work. It has been done. I just need it to be included. I guess I do need to submodule in Clay then? Okay. Hold on. Yeah, should be good. Cool. This should still have Clay, and I should be able to include vendor Clay renderers Raylib. Did I see Playdate in there? That's crazy. Okay, cool. So my hope is that there's some instructions on here on how to use this. And there kind of isn't. Yeah, baby, that's good. Oh, they do seem to add back in the Raylib stuff. Type destruct color with unsigned chars. That's... Is this straight out of Raylib? Hold on. Oh, yeah, this isn't even... Yeah, this isn't from Nick or the contributors. Clay render Raylib. Okay. Clay Raylib initialize. Okay. So I think... Okay. Right. So I kind of have to make Clay handle Raylib. Except that doesn't work. There's no header file for this. Is this just a test render? Oh, no. I was really hoping that wasn't going to be the case. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what. At a certain point, I do not like doing this, but at a certain point, let's do... no, vendor Clay renders Raylib, Clay renderer Raylib.c. Oh, wait, no. This still won't matter, because there's still no goddamn header file for this, is there? No. So I can't even use those functions anywhere. Ah, fuck. Okay, whatever. We're doing it this way. Keeping this. And I am literally just going to go into this switch statements, which I believe is what I want to use. Ah, shoot. Here we are. Go through each render command, switch through them. And it's over here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, they even have a proper function here that doesn't involve going into the internal array. Oh, of course. Yeah, their documentation could do with being updated a little bit with some more good practice stuff. Render commands. Object I. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to copy from this all the way down to the end of the switch statements, which seems to be pretty long, hence I'm copying it. I'm not fucking with that shit. Yeah, I want to paste that many characters. Why not? I'm bored. We don't have round F. Right, we're missing a couple things. Temp render bufferlen? Oh no, is that a thing in here as well? Temp rend. Okay. This is kind of silly. This is very, very silly. Okay. My idea, my thought was that Clay would have some built-in stuff here for working with Raylib, but I'm not seeing it. Yeah, nothing to do with Raylib. Okay, well, that answers a big question for me. I'm probably not going to end up using Clay in that case. It's super cool, to be clear, and I would love to give it more of a shot, but I am not writing my own renderer. I'm not doing that. Not right now. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But we do have, at least... Whoa, what the hell? 1 second. Sorry, something like tapped the door, but no one was there. Okay, we do have this. We have this at least, and that's good. I'm happy with that. We have learned something. We have dicked around with Raylib. We'll probably end up doing more stuff with that, but it's another time because we're 40 minutes over time. So I'm gonna call it on that note. I'll save this where it is. I don't know exactly when the next dev stream will be. It's going to be a while out for sure, but it will happen. It will happen. I might even do a bit of off-camera development. You never know. Because this one, I kind of wanted to experiment with what if I did all the research on stream as well. And it is interesting, but man, is it slow. We really don't get a whole lot actually done. But if I just like lock the fuck in on my own, left to my own devices, I might get a lot more done so you guys can actually see something. But yeah. Thank you all for tuning in on this wonderful Saturday evening over here. What was it? Yeah. Oh, of course. How could I forget? If you have not already joined the RMLD Discord, you should totally join the RMLD Discord because then you get to be notified about goings on about me. RMLD, that's me. That's the stuff I do. You get notified about streams. You get notified about videos that come out, and you can just hang out, and it's a whale of a time. But yeah, there's a link in the chat. You can go join. It's also in the Twitch panels. I'm gonna start wrapping it up here. Thank you all for coming over. Thanks for hanging out. It's been real. Everyone, have a good night. Bye bye.